Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Kroll, the Senior Beauty and Style Editor for Self.com, and we're here with Brittany Snow. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. So we're hanging out in our beauty closet, if you guys haven't noticed. So of course, the first thing I want to know is, what are you using on your skin?
Oh gosh. Well, first off, when I set out to do my beauty routine, I always use Coppertone Clearly Sheer, which is a sunscreen, but it's very breathable and lightweight and doesn't clog your pores, which is very important to me because I have acne-prone skin, and I also have very fair skin. So using sunscreen is really very important to me because I burn really easily. And it's right here. Here we go.
Oh, of course, our beauty closet is stocked. So.
Yeah, and it's actually, I mean, you can actually try it. It's super lightweight, and it actually feels super sheer, and it smells really amazing.
Yeah.
Which usually sunscreen doesn't smell really that great.
Yeah.
But it's just so nice and light. And so then I put on my makeup. I just recently found out that you're supposed to put on your concealer first, but I always put on foundation first, and then I use Laura Mercier's Secret Camouflage right on top of the imperfections. Not many. No, I'm just kidding.
There's what imperfections?
There's a lot. And then I usually put on Maybelline Great Lash and like some lipstick, and I run out the door. I don't usually do that much else. I don't really love lines or like lip liner, eyeliner.
Just keep it minimal.
I do. I keep it very minimal.
So, you know, you talked a little bit about having acne-prone skin. Like, you're always working and running from like set to set. How do you kind of keep your acne at bay?
It's really sometimes from the inside sort of situation. I really take care of making sure that I'm hydrated and also eating properly, because I feel like that has a lot to do with me breaking out, and always washing my face before I go to bed at night and when I wake up in the morning. I think even though you have a crazy night out, you gotta wash your face. I mean, I think there's products that you can use that spot treat and things like that, but I think it's also really good to do preventative. And I think with products like this, when you can trust it that it won't clog your pores, that's a huge thing, because you don't want that.
Yeah, clogging pores is like highway to pimple.
Right. Just sign me up. Right.
Yeah, exactly. So are there any kind of beauty moments you had as like a teenager or back in the day that you're like, oh my gosh, why did I do that?
Completely. I'm still a big fan of glitter. I think it's great in times when needed. Especially I love when you're just trying to be all glitzy and glamour and you use it for a specific look. But when I was a teenager, I thought that it needed to be used at all times, everywhere. Glitter lip gloss, glitter eyeshadow, glitter highlight, and I just looked like one big fairy dust exploded.
But you know, glitter is good in doses. Like you said, highlighter, that can kind of play for cheekbones. But glitter lip gloss, I don't know if it's going to come back, or...
I hope it doesn't, because...
No, the 90s must live on.
Yeah, the 90s, the glitter was in full effect. There was also that body glitter. And I'm not talking like a light sheer. I'm talking about like, you would get like the depth can of it, and it had like the glitter sparkles in it, and I would just put it all over.
Yeah.
Why that was an okay thing to do, I don't know.
You're glowing. That's the whole thing.
I don't know if it was glowing or if that was just something that I really enjoyed, looking like a disco ball.
Yeah. And I know you've changed your hair color a couple times. So obviously in Pitch Perfect, Chloe is a redhead, and you are blonde now. Do you have a favorite? Do you like red versus blonde, or?
It's weird because I went back to blonde, but my hair pulls really red, so it's like kind of turning into an orange blonde. I don't know what's happening, but I actually feel most myself as a redhead.
Really? That's interesting. Do you feel like your personality kind of changes with your hair color, or is it the same Brittany? Just
the same. I think I just I don't know. I guess I just feel like more myself. Like I was supposed to be a red, even though I was born a blonde. So I'm very grateful that Pitch Perfect made me go red, because I was like, this is who I am.
Yeah, this is the real me.
Yeah.
Awesome. So speaking on Pitch, I hear that there's going to be a third Pitch Perfect, which I'm so excited about, because I should have been in musicals. Like, I love music and I love Broadway. And so I'm
Yeah.
definitely singing along, which is weird, but not.
No.
So, what are you most excited about coming back with all the girls in the cast?
I love coming back to the girls and getting to, we're a family. I mean, for better or worse, we love each other like sisters, and you know, all the things that go into that. We have a huge rehearsal process going into it, so we spend a lot of time together, and even when we're not shooting, we spend a lot of time together, and so that's always fun. But also, you really can't beat the performance days. I'm not in plays or musical theater anymore, and getting to perform live for people it's pretty crazy and very it's a treat. So I think that's one of my favorite things to do as well, is get to perform.
And talk a little bit about that process. Like, do you guys go to the recording studio? Do you have practices like it's a show?
We have a recording studio that we have to record all of the songs beforehand, and then we actually sync our voices and mouth the songs to the words.
So it's like music videos, sort of that same
Right.
kind of like
Right.
a really, really long, awesome music video.
Yes, and we get in so much trouble because a cappella is not singing the melody always. It's singing all the different parts, and so we have to make really weird faces and make different sounds. And it sometimes looks a little weird when all day long we're just going like, you know, we're not mouthing words, we're actually matching our part.
Yeah, awesome. Do you have a favorite song from the Pitch Perfect like
Repertoire?
series? Yeah.
Probably No Diggity by Blackstreet.
Oh yes, that's one of my
Were you
favorites.
just
I
going
was
in your
about
head?
to go in it, guys, but
It's okay, you can. I'm gonna be right here and I'll watch it.
oh, you'll watch.
Yeah,
Come on.
it was actually one of my go-to karaoke songs before the movie, and then when I found out that we were singing in the movie, I was so jealous that Kendrick got to rap it, because I was like, girl, I know all the parts.
You know all the parts. Of the movie.
Yeah, but I had my time. I got in a few words every once in a while, so I was happy.
That's pretty cool that you are a No Diggity like fan. And so now, what are you singing in the shower? Like, what's your shower song? You get in, you got the loofah, you go hard on.
Probably like Celine Dion, All by Myself, when I'm by myself, because I am. Gosh, I mean, I usually don't try to sing too much in the shower. There's a rap song that I like right now. Have you heard that Two Phones song?
No,
I got two phones. I can't say it on.
I think I have heard it. I got two phones.
Yeah.
That's the same part. Like, what are the words? What are the lyrics?
Well, you want me to tell you?
Oh yeah, actually.
It's one for the and one for the dough, supposedly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because
he's the money.
Yeah, he's got the money, but he's
Okay.
also got his ladies. You know what I'm saying? This is the way to say it.
No, but I mean, that's important to have multiple phones. I got two phones,
because
but
you
one's
don't
for work
want to
and
mess
one's for
up.
work.
You know, like what you like getting this construed, and then you're selling the wrong thing to the wrong person. If you know what I mean?
I do know exactly what you mean.
Everyone wants to see the back of your hair, number one.
Oh, okay.
Because it looks amazing and it's really cool. How long did that take to do?
I didn't do it, but
Okay.
not that long. It's just two French
It's
braids.
really cool.
Thank you.
Now, do you braid yourself, or
I do. I can do this. I didn't. Not probably as well, but I grew up French braiding. My aunt taught me how to, and so one of my favorite things to do is braids.
Yeah. So if you're having like a sleepover at Brittany's house,
I'm gonna braid your hair.
you're gonna braid.
Yeah, sit down. I'm gonna braid your hair.
Awesome. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it's
You
just
know,
crazy.
Everybody come over
At Snow's house.
Rebel, Hannah, let's
It's a hair
braid
braiding
each other's
party.
hair.
Totally.
Which totally plays into the sorority theme.
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
movie.
It's probably. I mean, I do other fun things other than that, but for this, I just braid hair all the time.
Awesome. And maybe, a little wine.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And then also, can we get details on your dress? Everyone is freaking out and loves the dress.
Oh, thank you. I love it too. I was hoping I didn't look like I was about to milk a cow or something. Oh gosh, my stylist is going to kill me because I always forget the name. Can you put it later?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get back
put
to
it
you
in
on
the
that.
Not like
comments
this is
and
live or anything. It's gonna be totally fine.
We'll let everyone know where the dress is from, but they were crazy about the dress and the hair.
Thank you.
One other question they had was, are you an introvert or more of an extrovert?
That's a good question. I'm very much both at the same time. It depends on the setting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm extremely shy, but for some reason when I'm around my friends, I'm more of an extrovert. But I don't like it. I don't want to be out and about.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be at home.
You like to be at home.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're at home, say it's like Saturday, you're just gonna hang, maybe run some errands. What are you wearing? Like, what's your go-to Saturday outfit?
Probably, I do that basic girl thing of where I put on my workout clothes in the beginning of the day, because if I'm wearing them, then it's going to guilt me into going to the gym, because then you don't want to be that girl that wore workout clothes all day and then didn't do anything, because then you just feel bad about yourself.
Well, I don't, because I do that.
but it does, like, every time you look down, you're like,
should have worked out.
yeah. So I tend to do that, because then I eventually work out. But
yeah.
But yeah, on Saturdays I'm jeans and a t-shirt, and I really like dressing kind of like a tomboy too.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody told me I need to stop wearing so much plaid, which I have taken into account. I do wear a lot of plaid.
Well, the 90s, like I was saying before, with the glitter, the 90s are coming back. So I think you're going to be safe with the plaid.
Oh, thanks. I hope
plaid
so.
on everything. Plaid
Right,
on plaid.
right. Plaid on plaid.
And with your workout, because this is self, we want to know, like, what are you doing on a regular basis to kind of stay fit and stay healthy?
I love working out, and I grew up always working out, and so my favorite things to do, I'm pretty high intensity. I fall asleep during yoga, even though I try so hard to be zen and get into it, but I just get bored. But I'm trying. But I go to spinning 3 times a week, and I run, and I do like high intensity, like sweat Pilates, which is kind of a good hybrid of both. And then I also have an elliptical in my house, which it stares me in the face because it's in my office. So I go in there to work, and it literally looks at me like, you need to be on me.
Yes.
in the best way. Yeah. Yeah.
So you work out pretty often, I'm guessing. Like, you have a regular everyday routine, or is it 3 times a week? Or
I usually go to Soul Cycle way too often. It's
never.
Well, it's not the cheapest thing in the world. It's not I would love for it to be cheaper, but it's so worth it. I have such a good time. And so I go to that like 2 times a week. I would go every day, but I don't think that's good for your thighs. You guys are probably the experts on this. But and then I also kind of balance it out with running and Pilates, and then I always read scripts or even a book on the elliptical, because multitasking is important for that.
That is important. So going to Soul Cycle, what's that song that comes on in Soul Cycle and you're like, oh yes, I'm about to ride it out?
Yeah, actually the instructor the other day, I did an interview for Soul Cycle, and I told them about the song, and I think he read the article, so he put it on for me, and I was like, yeah. It's either, both of which have the same sort of component, but it's either Get Low by Dylan Francis or Drop It Low by Esther Dean, my girl, from Pitch Perfect. Both of which I don't know why I want to be low, but whatever. That's what ways honor for that.
Awesome. So now I think, any more questions from
Yeah, we have a few. One we thought was funny was, how do you keep a straight face when Rebel Wilson delivers her lines, or just like, how do you keep yourself from cracking up in the funny scenes during Pitch Perfect?
We don't really try to keep it together. We just hope for the best.
Yeah.
We just hope that somehow they're gonna cut around us. There was one scene in Pitch Perfect 2 when we were, I think it's in the bloopers, but Kendrick and I were just making each other laugh so hard, and she was off camera and she was making me laugh, and it was on me, it was on my coverage, and I was so mad at her because just get it together. But every time she would look at me, I would laugh. So it was kind of inevitable. And Rebel is just so funny. We always just laugh and hope they can cut it together, right?
I mean, that's what post-production is for.
Right. That's the reason for it, completely.
Do you like to photobomb? And if you do, what's your sort of go-to photobomb?
I do. I'm a big fan. Actually, my greatest moment of photobombing is, I know a lot of people won't maybe get this reference, but there was a viral video back in the day called Dan Deacon Drinking Out of Cups, and it was the gecko Anyway, he has all these different things that he says in the video, and my friends and I had a party themed for that. And one of the things he says is kid in the background going crazy. And so in all the pictures at the party, I was the kid in the background going crazy. So I made sure I was in every picture in the background going nuts. Yeah, which was really hard to do because there was a lot of people taking pictures.
So you but I
was,
whole night
I was
like
everywhere. Yep, in the background, just going nuts.
Awesome.
Do you have a daily mantra that kind of gets you going for the day, or do you sort of have either that or like a personal mission statement that sort of drives you?
A personal mission statement. I guess it's not really a statement, but I do try to kind of look around myself when I wake up in the morning and take time to pet my dog and like walk her and go outside, and before I get to my emails and before I get too hectic, I like to look at what I'm grateful for, and I think that really helps center me. Maybe not a mantra, but I think it helps throughout the day to realize that you can be quiet and actually look around at what's happening.
What kind of dog do you have?
Her name is Billie Jean September Snow. She has 2 middle names because I'm an idiot, and she's a terrier mutt. I rescued her, so.
Awesome. And the name Billie Jean, is that like
Billie Jean King or Billie Jean, like the Michael Jackson song?
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So I think we're ready for the quickfire round.
Okay.
And these are just quick one word answers.
Okay.
Morning workout or evening workout?
Evening.
Favorite fruit?
Blueberries.
Blueberries. Yoga or running?
Running.
Red lip or nude lip?
Red lip.
Braid or ponytail?
Braid.
Long hair or short hair?
Well, right now, long. I cut off all my hair at one point, and that was an interesting time for me.
Okay, pause. How short?
This was back probably 3 years ago. I cut it to a boy cut.
Yeah.
It was here. And I thought it was going to be a really good idea, and it was for about 3 weeks, and then I freaked out.
Yeah.
Where's my hair? I'm not a girl. What happened? And but it slowly grew back, so it's okay.
It's okay.
I've made it, and I'm glad I did it because that was bravery right there.
Yeah.
I just chopped it all off.
Was it spur of the moment, or had you planned? Did you come in with photos?
I definitely was going for a 90s sort of Claire Danes, Gwyneth Paltrow situation, and I loved their look back then. I don't look like them, so it didn't exactly work out how I had planned, but I'm pretty proud of myself that I went for it. It was always on my bucket list of things to do.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of sum up the whole feeling. It's like, oh, I'm going to look so great. I'm going to look just like Claire Danes.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you leave and you're like,
not so much Claire Danes. Nope, not today. Nope.
Okay, and last question is lunges or squats?
Squats.
Squats. All right. Well, those are all the questions I had. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for participating, and have a great day.